Welcome to Magic Arcanum. I'm Ryan Gomez. Behind the scenes is Nicole Burdick, and we're so glad you're here because it's story time. Now, normally on this channel, we talk about the stories behind the cards for Magic the Gathering, but every once in a while we get to do something different, and that's what I've got today. A pair of preview cards for Jump to Lightspeed, the upcoming set for Star Wars Unlimited by Fantasy Flight Games. Now, I know people hate waiting to see the cards, so I'm just going to put the first one on screen right now. Say hello to the D'Qar Cargo Frigate, a 5-cost Vigilance Heroic Space Unit. It's a common 6/7 with the Resistance, Vehicle, and Capital Ship traits, and it says this unit gets -1/-0 for each damage on it. Now, if you have not played Star Wars Unlimited yet, there are two things you probably need to know about this card. Number one, the stats are pretty good. I would say above curve. Getting a 6/7 for just 5 feels pretty strong. But the second thing is that damage is persistent in this game, so as this thing gets into some scrapes and takes a few hits, its power will quickly drop. This creates a interesting sort of tension, right? Your opponent sees this giant capital ship show up, and they've got to devote some resources to knocking it out, because otherwise they're going to start taking 6 damage to their base, every turn that they don't answer this. But they don't really have to commit too much, because even just a few small fighters hitting this thing are going to quickly whittle down its power and make it a much smaller threat. Now, if you're the one putting this in your deck, I hope you're doing it with a leader like Rose, who can repair it every turn and keep it in the fight that much longer. You can also put pilots on it, of course, because it is a vehicle, and it's got the capital ship trait. We've seen a few other cards in the set already that care about that, and I suspect that there will be more by the time Jump to Lightspeed releases in March. All right, so this ship is really cool, but let's move over to the second preview card because it is even more exciting than this rust bucket. Allow me to introduce Ahsoka Tano, Chasing Whispers. She's a 4-cost Cunning Heroic ground unit, and she's a rare 3/5 with Fringe and Force traits. On top of that, she says when played, an opponent discards a card from their hand. If it's a unit, you may exhaust a unit. Now, this is not the first time we have seen Ahsoka in Star Wars Unlimited, but this might be my favorite version of her so far. Force units are some of my favorites. You get to do really cool stuff with them, like Force Throw or the Forces with Me, and you can build like a whole Force user deck, which I think is super fun. Then you throw in the when played and force your opponent to discard a card. I mean, that's just good at any point in the game, but if you catch them with just one thing left in their hand and it's a unit, now you get to exhaust anything. That can even be their own leader if they've already deployed it. I think this card is sweet. I'm excited to experiment with it, but I'd love to hear your thoughts. So let me know down in the comments what leader you think would work best with this version of Ahsoka. Then make sure you like this video and subscribe to the channel so you don't miss the great stories you'll only find here on Magic Arcanum. Thanks to Fantasy Flight Games for letting me preview these 2 cards from Jump to Lightspeed. If you haven't played Star Wars Unlimited yet, now's the perfect time to get into it. Sign up for a pre-release at your favorite local game store. Join in the fun because this game is awesome. We'll see ya.